Yeah, coming to you live with another exciting. This is everybody. Star Wars CCG World Champions. So it's gonna be awesome. How you doing today? Joining me today is Cone. How you doing today, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. Looking forward to the matches. And I think they all just started. I
Yep.
suggest we hop in the match.
Yeah.
We're doing
So
the Justin and Justin Desai against Quirin.
yes, sir. So we got a hunt down versus a HITCO. So kind of your classic old school match. I like this. This is a kind of a match where if you're whichever player gets out first and has and is able to hold a site should win this match. I'm a little surprised with Justin playing Hunt Down, but yeah, this is going to be
Well,
exciting.
he was discussing yesterday that he needed the dark side deck, and Baroni played Hunt Down as
True.
well, the regular, and Desai regularly plays Hunt Down normal at day 3. So it doesn't surprise me that much, to be honest.
And, I mean, I haven't seen Justin on any sort of Hunt Down, with the exception of Hunt Down V, so it's new to me at least. He accidentally submitted the wrong deck. It's supposed to be Hunt Down V. Okay, according to Steve, who is watching,
Oh,
uh, I want to guess Steve is joking, but I could be wrong.
well. I think Shuntal will probably get back to us if it's not a joke, but
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, yeah, it
But
should be interesting.
yeah,
But
I we did see Steve have a relatively not an easy match, but a good match yesterday with his hunt down. He played a throne room of all things. Uh, oh, is this a hunt down with starts any methods necessary, Steve? Okay, well, I mean,
no,
he
it's
had.
not 12 card starts. Yeah.
I was gonna say because he has the forlom and he has the security tower. Okay, Luke comes down first turn, so right off the bat, there's a Luke for Quirin.
Yeah, but what you're saying about yesterday's match, and I think that's true for this matchup in general, whoever gets the head start has a strong advantage
Mm-hmm.
to put the pressure on, and then the first battles will be key. So,
Yeah, I'm a little
um,
surprised that Kieran went down as fast as he did. Like, I know Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight is a really strong character, but and Steve
well,
is.
yeah, but with Justin not getting his activation, or at least not getting a plenty activation, then
Mm-hmm.
I think he's fine. 7 dark side force for against Luke. That's not a problem. I would
True.
assume for Luke.
I mean, let's see what Justin has in his hand. I mean, like I said, he has four lom, so he'll be able to put cards back. He does have a 12 card hand. Kieran, I mean, he's only got a 4 card hand. Like, this guy's totally biased. Are you saying me or are you saying Cone? Because Cone is European.
Well, whatever you want to call it. I'm not biased. I think Justin is a great player, and I think Kieran is a great player. So, well, whatever you want to call it, I have no problem with that. So,
Wow, Steve. Oh, Steve, man, come on. But besides Colin and myself, yeah, we also have Casey Anus streaming today. Jerry Queso Sauce is also streaming, and joining Bill Kafer is our Mike Kessling and Brian Mishke. So we got a plethora of streamers going on for our top 8. On top of that, we're gonna have a giveaway today. Oh, Steve, come on, man. That's not cool. But We do have a giveaway going on today. We're going to be giving away 2 shirts. So if you want to get a shirt, send just a brief email with your name and Twitch to the address on the screen, and we'll get you entered. So I'll show that again really quick. Justin coming down with a Vader turn 1 to the downtown plaza. So this is actually, yeah, this is kind of smart, you know, avoiding the Luke. It is a drain of 2 at the Ewok Village right now, but I mean, both players are gonna be on a little bit of a clock.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
and Quirin only has 4 cards in hand, so.
Oh, that's a big one going away. There goes the Hojix. Maybe we'll see. I was gonna say maybe we'll see Justin pull his Coward Shield so that way Quirin can't get it back. Yep, there it is. Yeah, losing the Hojix right there is not really a good thing to lose turn 3 to Visage.
Yeah, well, with Vader going to the downtown plaza, perhaps it's not that critical. So. But like you said, with the forearm, that's gonna be a really card advantage for Justin. So.
Okay, so let's see. Quirin is going to drain. He pulls his Don't Do That Again shield. Interesting.
Yeah, if there's wanna be always thinking with your stomach, that could be a blowout. So.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, just send an email to streaming@swccg.com with your Twitch handle, and we'll do a drawing today for the 2 shirts. And it does look like Casey is streaming right now. Casey is streaming, I believe, the Joe Olsen game. That's a Legend versus a Legend versus a Hunt Down V. Jerry has Jared Napolitano and can't see his opponent. And I know Bill has Bastion versus Paul Myers, and Bastion playing a interesting deck. He's playing a Hoth CRV. Or no, sorry, a Bestman CRV that has... Oh, God, he's playing a Cloud deck. Bastion is playing a Bestman Cloud deck. Oh, God. Okay, so Justin was drained there. He was drained for 2. He loses...
The other stuff, sorry to interrupt you, with the pooling, the Don't Do That Again, he could be playing Virtues of the Force. So
true, that's a really good point, and I think Justin's smart enough to realize that.
Yeah, so we'll see if he wants to take the risk, or if Quirin wants to psych him out and just preemptively pull it out from his reserve deck. So.
Okay, Justin lost the Sith Infiltrator and a Dooku's lightsaber to the drain. We did see Rey come down, as well as a Rescue in the Clouds for Quirin. Justin lost Sonic Bombardment from his reserve deck, but Quirin lost Blaster Defection. So, unfortunately, Quirin's losing some big cards. Like, don't get me wrong, like, Justin losing Dooku's lightsaber is really big, but Blaster Deflection and Hojix right off the bat, that's not good.
Yeah, but still, with Justin only having 10 activation, it's still not that dangerous. But you're totally right about the Blaster Deflection. That's a huge card in this matchup. So.
But, I mean, with Vader over at the Downtown Plaza, you got to think that as of right now, Luke is safe. Unless we see, like, a Maul with lightsaber plus the Phantom Menace, if you're Quirin, I really wouldn't be worried.
Yeah, I think he's less worried now. So.
Okay, so there goes a Sense, a Rescue in the Clouds, and I think I can handle myself. So, yep, Justin did drain. He did drain for 3. There was no Virgins of the Force. Okay, Emperor coming down as well to reinforce with Vader. Did see Justin lose 2 Force Lightning, so is he playing a 3rd? According to Steve, yeah, I was going to say, according to Steve, he's playing 5. I mean, if anybody knows this deck, it's able to chat right now. It's Steve.
And Quirin is asking for a sneak attack, question mark in the chat in the game. And I will see if I'm not expecting Justin to play Enter the Bureaucrat, but he could be. So the same question arises with Quirin if he wants to edge. I probably imagine he would, because otherwise he's losing the damage race. But
yeah, you got to think if you're Justin, you're going to see some HITCO. So I could see the Enter the Bureaucrat. I could also see some other things, but again, he doesn't have the shield out, so.
No, and with 5 Force Lightnings, I can assume then you already filled some tech slots in your deck. So.
Okay, there's the drain of 3 at the Ewok Village. Justin's going to lose a Sonic Bombardment, a Vani, and he loses a Visage of the Emperor. He loses all 3 cards from his reserve deck, so he likes his 11-card hand right now. Steve, I'm going to believe everything you say. So if you say he's got 5 Force Lightnings in his deck, I'm going to trust you. And we see Quirin drawing some cards. So, I mean, not the excitement I thought I figured this would be, but I mean, this is Star Wars, so okay.
Yeah,
Kieran's gonna draw, so he's drawing up to 16.
Yeah, well, I think they're both just not wanting the blowout battle if they lose, so just play it safe.
Okay, and Quirin will put a card back with Like My Father Before Me, so he's got 2 cards saved in his force pile. Now, if this is a drain match, I don't know who it would favor, because, I mean, you got to think it favors Desai a little bit more than Quirin, just because, one, he started with 1 less card in his loss pile, and I think with him keeping cards in his hand, or keeping, not as, okay, so there's just, Anakin Skywalker, the new Anakin Skywalker, to take the new Death Star 2 sight into his hand. And Justin's going to grab that one. Okay. There's the chasm walkway. I think it's gonna come down to the chasm walkway at this point. And the fact that Luke is at the Ewok village, I know it is a drain of 3 there. I don't know, like Quirin, you just got to think like the main bulk of this HITCO is in Luke, so. And this is what I've been saying for like the last month or so. HITCO, you know exactly what it's going to do. It's going to come down with Luke, and if it doesn't, like, I mean, if you don't, like, Luke at the Ewok village isn't as strong as it once was. Like, you need to be extremely versatile. I mean, yeah, you have Rey with lightsaber. You have Obi-Wan with lightsaber. But that's pretty much it. And I'm not saying this is not against Quirin at all. I mean, again, HITCO is a really strong deck, but there's just no versatility to it.
But it's really strong. So that's the drawback in top 8 play. And I can assume that a lot of the top 4 players were expecting several bottom 8 players to play HITCO. Chris Kelly was in it. Quirin played HITCO yesterday, did very well. Paul Myers plays it a lot. So then you have 3 out of 4 that's probably going to play HITCO or has a big chance of playing HITCO. So only Fernando I would put on Legend because he played it. And if I'm reading the Slack chat correctly, he's only playing a couple of months, so I'm not expecting him to switch decks at the moment.
And Justin dropping down Tarkin as well, and he's going to draw. So both players are pretty trenched into their locations.
Well, but that's interesting. If Tarkin, because with Quirin pulling the side, and like you said, he's perhaps a little bit behind the damage race. You probably would see the chasm come out next turn. Although first 8 combo could be played to relocate the characters or even Alice. So.
Yeah, and that's a good point. With Ellis or Nabram are in play, as we don't see, like, I don't see any Imperial Arrest Order. I don't see an Insurrection on table. So, yeah, both those cards are in play. And you said it, like, with the first 8 combo, Quirin could just say, you know what, forget the Ewok Village, I'm moving to the other site. But I will say that if he does decide to do that, the Prophecy of the Force will then start to bounce around, and with Justin grabbing the Anakin Skywalker, Quirin might not have access to that Force.
Yeah, I was referring to Justin because he also lost the other one, because I'm assuming with Quirin having lost the Huyix, he should be more careful with the hub. So,
well, here's an interesting thing: Justin just lost a Gick. So, yeah, both players don't have access to their. Well, both players now have the Gicks or the Hojixes in their lost pile. Quirin just did deploy the Luke's Bionic Hand, so if there is a battle with Luke, he could be able to get access to that, or the Blaster Deflection that we saw him lose a little bit ago as well. But again, there has to be a battle. And I think Justin is fine just letting Quirin drain for 3 at the Ewok Village right now.
Yeah, at the moment, Chris Knudsen is asking about the Life Force count, but it's there at the moment. Justin is at 21, and Quirin is at 20 with 11 cards in hand for Justin and 10 for Quirin.
Yeah, so right now Justin looks like he's up by 2 hand in life. Okay, and Quirin's going to draw. So Quirin, we got Yoda, Master of the Force, out. That's a virtual one, I believe. Yes, it is. Yeah, both players are just reinforcing their 1 locations. And I think Quirin has the 2/2, and he needs to make a play for it. But again, the big thing is like he's behind on the damage race right now, and him reinforcing at the Ewok village might not be the smart move.
Yeah, but perhaps he's afraid of like either the Alice or the transport. If he puts down a Yoda or a Yoda and a Ahsoka at the Death Star site, and Vader and Tarkin move over, that could be risky.
So Justin loses a min to the Visage Ping from his deck. Quirin loses a Gift of the Mentor from his hand, though. And all we're seeing Justin doing right now is looping that Force Lightning with the Forlom. So he's getting card advantage, essentially, just with that lone Force Lightning. So he's not playing. He's not playing 5. He's playing 2, and he's just looping it. Oh God, Steve, it's too early for you to be doing this, man. It's only 7:30 over here. Okay, we see a drain of 3 at the downtown plaza. There goes the Force is Strong with this one. Not a bad card to lose. Yeah, I think it's going to come down to whoever can get to their Odin Nestler or their Lana Dobreed combos and then get to that 2/2 site.
Well, Justin already lost 1, and Quirin was looking for it in his, as he mentioned in the chat. So a little bit of banter going on earlier in the game.
And then looking at some of the other streams right now, we do see a Hunt Down V. We see a Legend. We see a Cloud City Cloud deck, a Bespin Cloud deck versus a Diplo. Paul Myers playing Diplo. Jared Napolitano and Chris Kelly. Jared Napolitano is playing Agents of the Black Sun. Chris Kelly is playing HITCO. No surprises there. And then Casey Anus, he is currently streaming the Joe Olsen versus Fernando, and it looks like Fernando is on Hunt Down V with Joe Olsen on Legend. Okay, there goes Jin Urso from hand, Ray from hand as well. Jin could have came into play here. I'm a little surprised he lost Jin from hand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because even if with Corin or with the Izzard, it could be Justin is playing it, but that's taking like calculating opponent's hand. What Justin has recycled a lot, so perhaps Quirin is so afraid of having Izzard and not being able to move. But there is another Cloud City side, so if the cover is broken, he could move away. So
true, but I mean, with Justin having the coward shield, that wouldn't be.
No, but at least he won't have the beatdown on because on if there's only the downtown plaza, then you're in big trouble with your Hujiks and Lost Pile. But
true, that's yeah, and I mean, it Justin is looping that Force Lightning, so. I mean, we know that he has that too. That's another card that would get rid of the Jin. So yeah, it kind of does make sense, but again, it might come into play later. We don't know. Okay, Quirin activates everything. Again, he's got 15 cards in Life Force, 10 cards in hand. Justin sitting at 19 in Life Force, 11 cards in hand. This is again before Quirin drains. And he's going to put a card back with, like my father before me, before he goes into his drain. I'm surprised both players aren't playing, like, Enter the Bureaucrat or Vengeance of the Force. I think those two cards right now are so good, especially against the two best decks for both sides. Okay, there's the drain of 3 at the Ewok Village.
Well, especially for the dark side, I like it because with the prophecy and the lightsaber and HITCO not having that much battleground, the current versions. Yeah. So yeah, if you can mitigate one of those.
Okay, so there goes a Mara Jade with lightsaber, a Lord Maul with lightsaber, and a force field, all from Justin's hands. Interesting. I mean, losing those 3 cards tells me that...
Ooh, there's the Death Star site.
Yeah, there's the Death Star site. Maybe Quirin did find... well, no, he wouldn't have found his Odin. There's an Ahsoka. And an Obi-Wan with lightsaber. So, yeah, he made his play.
Well, but with the cycling Justin has been doing, well, he should have all the tricks in his hand, so...
But like I said, he just lost Mara and Lord Maul and a force field, so...
Yeah, but all were from hand, so he's not losing them from hand if he doesn't have anything.
Yeah, he's got to have an answer.
To do.
Yeah, he's got to have an answer.
Really... Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And checking out some of the other matches right now. And while we're in, and both players will lose the Visage. Really quick, again, if you want to enter into the chance of winning having a chance to win a t-shirt, again, just send an email over to streaming@starwarsccg.com with your name and your Twitch handle, and we'll have a drawing a little bit later. We'll actually do the drawing right before the finals. So whoever's in the finals today, right before that, we'll have a drawing for the t-shirts. And also during the finals today, we have a little bit of a special surprise for everybody. So make sure you stay tuned for that. That's going to be exciting. Oh, so got that address still there?
Yeah, it's showing on stream. Justin lost a Kylo from hand, and Quirin lost an Obi from hand.
I could see losing the Obi there. There's no problem there. With Justin,
assuming they have a Jedi's resilience in hand as well, Quirin. So. But I think Justin has lost 2 Kylos.
No, he just lost the one. He lost the Mara and then a Lord Maul.
Mara, yeah. And Quirin now loses Hera Syndulla, Rebel Leadership, V, and Corran Horn. The first 2 from hand, the Corran from reserve deck. There's Maul.
Maul going down in front of Luke, Rey, and Yoda. Interesting. And a Dooku to reinforce. And we saw, like I said earlier, we saw Justin lose Dooku's lightsaber. So...
Yeah, but with the old school Dooku with the Force lightning, and nowadays the old school Maul with lightsaber. There's the Force lightning, and I assume Justin has tracked it, so this could be rough. Yeah.
Yep, there's the 7. There's the 7 for Justin, so... Goodbye, Luke. It was nice knowing you. Just like in the movies, Luke got Force lightened. So, good play by Justin there. I mean, using the Force lightning to your advantage, but... again, now he's got to contend with that drain of 3 over at, or the drain of 2 over at the Death Star. I mean, it is only a drain of 2, though. Okay, we see that Quirin's going to place his Walkling out of play to get the lightsaber back into his deck. Tells me that he has another Luke in his hand.
Yeah, and he needs it because otherwise that Endor village is going to be a slaughterhouse.
Just. And Justin's going to play No Escape to get his Force Lightning back. So, not a bad sequence of events for Justin. Yeah, losing the Luke there kind of hurt just because of the bionic hand.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think if you're Justin, I think you're fine with this turn of events. Quirin, I mean, if he has another Luke in his hand, it could be good. I think you could either... You might be able just to say, punt the Ewok village and put Luke with Saber over at the other site and start draining for 3 again. But, I mean, but with the... Yeah, there's a 7 still on top for Justin.
Yeah. And Quirin didn't grab the Force Lightning, so...
No. No, he didn't grab the Force Lightning because he wanted to make sure that he saved for the Luke.
Yeah, and he probably wanted to think about, like, deflection or the force fields, but...
Which is funny because Justin just lost another force field from his hand. There goes an Odin Nestler combo for Quirin. So both players losing their mover. And yeah, that's a good point. If Luke comes back, he's fried again. So I think maybe the better move is just to say, you know what? You got the Ewok village. Congrats. I'll go to the other start and start training for 3. But we'll see. Yeah, that was a pretty rough... I mean, that sequence of events for Quirin was probably the worst thing that could have happened for him.
Yeah, it was really bad. But we'll see what he does now.
Again, yeah. There's a reason he's in the top 8. Like, he played amazing yesterday. He played against a lot of rough opponents and everything. I believe he went 4-2 on the
first weekend 4-2. So he needed to essentially to go at least 3-1 and a good opponent. So with a lot of 7-3s. Missing the cut because of the low strength of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely played well. So, but now, yeah, this is like we discussed earlier. HITCO is not really a multi-dimensional deck. So if you're losing the ground position, so yeah.
And I will say this though. I mean, looking at Justin's deck, it looks like the only ship he's running is the Maul Sith Infiltrator. And I mean,
yeah, but Quirin is not playing a system, so
well,
I assume I don't know his deck list, but I'm 99% sure he won't play a system in this deck. So
okay, so Quirin decides to activate everything, and he's going to drain for 2 at the Death Star Chasm. Him having the Luke, I mean, if he has a Luke in his hand, okay, and the prophecy moves. Okay, Justin will lose a Masterful Move combo, and he'll lose I Am Your Father. Both from his Force pile. So he likes his hand, and he likes that 7.
Yeah, that 7, that's really key because that forces Quirin to play differently than he probably otherwise would, because he would have pulled his lightsaber if he knew there was no Force Lightning coming.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Leia and Padme coming down as well. And Quirin doesn't have anything saved in his reserve deck, so there's not going to be a battle. And you know that Justin has a Force Lightning in his hand. They could play again right now to get rid of one of those characters. I don't know. This could be real. I mean, you could get rid of he could get rid of the Yoda right now. Get rid of the Yoda and then slice and dice Leia and Rey next turn. I mean, it's not over, but yeah, and that's what looks like Justin's going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Quirin is in damage mitigation mode with his move. So.
Yeah, and now the prophecy's going to move, so yeah, it's.
Yeah, and he already lost one of the female interrupts. Perhaps he's only playing one, so now against Maul with lightsaber, it could get ugly.
Yeah, there's no blaster deflection. Yeah.
And Justin having 18 force activation, it's very easy for him to just stack on with a forlorn and get all those high destinies next turn to battle.
Yeah, and the worst card right now that Justin could have is Dr. E combo. If he has a Dr. E combo, this is just. Yeah.
I think there's a big chance he has it in his hand. He has dropped several important characters from his hand.
True. So, yeah, and there goes another Dooku, and there goes the Honchoing the Falcon for Quirin's. So, what do you think about the Honchoing the Falcon in the HITCO? Do you like that, or do you like playing solo?
Well, I think the Honchoing Falcon is really efficient, and HITCO is like all about efficiency. So I think but yeah, it's at the moment. He probably wishes he had another, like, at least a solo to play Hoodix from reserve or otherwise, because he wants to have some tricks upon his sleeve. But I'm expecting the worst for Quirin.
Okay, Justin will drain at the downtown plaza. Quirin's going to lose an Anakin Skywalker. Sorry, and he loses sorry about the mess combo. And a Clash of Sabers. So there goes his supply of tricks. I mean, he doesn't have a saber there, so unfortunately those tricks won't really work, but yeah, this is...
Yeah, there it is. Like you said, then, yeah. That's, well, the only positive from Quirin, and I know that's like not really that positive, but with his damage raise, it's not like that much force in life. So it's 17 at the moment, and it's not looking like there's going to be more force. So that's 17. That's like it's really tough, because I'm expecting a matchup with the other. I think Quirin is playing Hound V like he did yesterday. I'm assuming it. And Justin is probably playing Legends. So, and I'm not.
You know what? It's funny. I actually asked Justin before this, because when I was deciding with the matches and everything, I straight up asked Justin. I was like, "Are you playing Hunt Down V in Legend?" And he tells me no.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
Okay, so he fires at Rey, or Padme hits Padme. Then he fires at Rey. There goes Rey. Leia by herself against this onslaught of characters. Ugh. I mean, I'm a little surprised he didn't go after the Leia, but with Dooku having as much forfeit as he does, even if, I mean, you're probably going to leave everybody. I mean, Dooku's probably going to die here. Yeah, exactly. Justin did not lie about what he was playing. And there goes a 5 for Quirin, so 23 to 19. Leia's forfeit is 8. So her and 6. Yeah, that would bring Quirin down to.
Yeah, so one more drain, one more drain, and probably then Justin can switch the drains with a Anakin, and then probably Quirin does just lacks perhaps forced to do the second drain, but perhaps he could squeeze out one more drain.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying, is one more drain. So I think Justin loses 4 cards maybe, and then it's game. Justin's going to draw. So interesting that Justin. I mean, there are going to be cards that he throws away. Quirin has no cards in his hand at this point. Yep.
Yeah,
Justin draws 3.
And he does have 4 loam, so.
Mm-hmm. Now Justin should win here by. So Quirin's going to drain at 1. So Justin should win by 13. Okay, there's the drain of 2. Loses Qtrfinals and Blizzard 4. Yeah. So Justin has enough to drain at both sites. So that's going to be drains of 4.
Visage is coming in effect at the end of this turn and at the end of the next turn, and then I think Quirin doesn't have enough force to drain, so.
And Quirin's going to draw, so. Yeah, Quirin won't have enough force to drain again.
But he wants to try to eke out that last Visage damage.
Honestly, like, okay, Justin's not going to be able to retrieve anything, so, yeah, and Quirin has to lose first at the end of Justin's turn, so Justin's not going to have to lose anything. So yeah, Justin's going to win by 13. And checking out some of our other games, they're all still going on. So
yeah, I think this will be the quickest match.
Yeah.
Not a lot of battles and just drain. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Justin actually just did point that out. There's a GEMP glitch about the Order of Visage. I should be able to say, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Back in the days, in the World Championships of 1999, this was also the problem between Martin Akeson and Marcus Woest to determine the top 12. And then they decided they had to do a flip, but later they told like which action it is. So, but it was quite a strange story back at that Worlds.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's and yeah, Justin does show.
Yeah, he's telling Quirin that he should be able to win by 13 instead of 12. So
exactly. Yeah. I mean, thankfully, there's enough time on the clock for both of them to figure out this ruling.
Yeah, but they could easily wait. Prep. I assume Justin is messaging Chris on Slack or whatever.
Possibly, so. Yeah. And I'm glad that we don't have, this isn't like a Paul Myers game where we have to wait the entire game to figure out something like this.
And then they're both quite relaxed, so.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad about this. We don't have, like, both players are relaxed. Both players are playing. Yeah. And okay, so there it is. So Justin wins by 13.
Okay, they're suggesting a 5-minute break. We will wait if Quirin agrees with that. Yeah, sure. Okay, so we'll probably be just before 5 o'clock Central European time, and so that's probably 11 Eastern time. So.
Yeah. And I will say this, like, I can't. So I think we should analyze this one a little bit more, just because I mean, this is like an old school type of a matchup and everything. You know what? Let's bounce out of the room. And you know what? But looking at some of the other games first, Bastion is again playing Paul Myers Diplo. It's a Bestman CRV Clouds deck. I can't get over that. First of all, Jared Napolitano is playing Agents of Black Sun. Chris Kelly is playing HITCO. Fernando is playing Legend, and Joe Olsen is playing Hunt Down V. So not a lot of surprises outside of that Bespin Cloud City Cloud deck.
Yeah.
But yeah, about our matchup that we just saw. One, it showed a lot of patience from Justin, just putting back that Force Lightning, tracking his destiny to get to the 7 that he needed to fry both Luke and Yoda. And don't get me wrong, like I don't see any fault with Quirin going down with the Luke early. But
no, definitely because Justin didn't get a lot of activation at the beginning.
Exactly, so. and that's 100% correct. So, but at the same time, though, you're giving away your best character. You know, like there's no fear in Justin going down to the downtown plaza once Luke is on the table.
Yeah.
So, and if you're Quirin, I mean, what you see that like you lose Blast Deflection, you lose the Hojiks. What do you think as you're losing those cards to the Visage and to Drains? Like, what's in your mindset?
Yeah, I think in his mind he made up it's going to be a damage race, and I'm not going to try to battle anymore. I think that's because he also lost the Jin. Because he was afraid, I assume, of the Force Lightning.
Yeah. And I will say this, it's a little, like I said, it's a little surprising to me that Justin is on Hunt Down. And not because, like, I know, so Hunt Down has a good matchup against Legend. That's understandable. And when you see some of the top players, like, okay, when you see Bastion, you got to figure, okay, Legend. When you see Chris Kelly, HITCO, it does have a really bad matchup against Diplo. Like, it's a hard match.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but Paul Myers was the only possible candidate to play Diplo in my mind, and even he would probably also could be playing like HITCO because he played that a lot. So. And with all the other players, putting them on either Legend or HITCO, well, yeah. I think this was good meta call from Justin. So,
yeah. And you said like you expected Quirin to play the HITCO because he played it yesterday, and he did well with it. Like,
yeah. So yeah.
So I mean, looking to our next game, what you said. So what are you expecting Quirin to be on?
I assume he's playing more or less the same as yesterday because, like we discussed, he did so well with it, and perhaps he's thinking like he's used to the deck and having like a long weekend, and probably also with a time difference. Perhaps if he wants to advance, he's perhaps thinking if I play something new and my brain is fried after a couple of games, and it's nighttime European time, then perhaps he's not seeing that as a smart plan. So yeah, and although so I'm curious because you spoke with Justin and he said he didn't play Legend, so we'll
I'm
see.
curious. I was gonna say. Here's my question: like, do we think that Justin's on HITCO? I don't see him on HITCO. I personally,
I don't think so. I think like because the deck is a little bit too one-dimensional, and Justin is probably. I think he mentioned it against you in the chat yesterday about. With a weird ISB deck with the 4 servitudes, he was a little bit afraid of those kind of decks against HITCO. So, but well, I don't think he's playing it. But you're not seeing that many Mitrandu in the current meta. So, well, could he be cheeky and go with the hidden base deck? I
Oh,
don't think so.
if we see a hidden base, that's going to be funny. Looks like Quirin is ready, so looks like we should be ready to get into game
Yeah.
2 here soon. Before we step into game 2, though, I want to remind everybody we are giving away t-shirts today. If you want a chance to enter in for the t-shirts, please send an email over to streaming@starwarsccg.com. We will just send me an email. We'll get you in. And we'll get you a t-shirt. We'll get you a chance to win a t-shirt today. So on top of that, later on today, we will be having a nice little surprise for the finals. It's going to be it's going to be a fun day. It's going to be, I really see this being fun today. So it looks like our players are ready to go for game 2. Let's go back into the match and see what they're playing. Ah, Justin!
Well, he was lying against me.
He was lying to me. Oh, no, you know what? No. He wasn't lying to me because I asked him if he's playing Huntdown V and Hit Legend, so... But he's on Legend, so... Okay.
No, of course, he doesn't need to tell.
I'm sad now. I'm super sad. I was hoping for something different from Justin. But you know what? I mean, I don't fault him at all. He's really good with this Legend deck.
Yeah. So I was definitely expecting just to play because he's done so well with it. So yeah.
You know what? I'm actually just about to post this again, so give me 1 second, everybody. There you go. I'll leave it up at the top.
And Quirin starts with grabbing a lightsaber with the effect.
Okay. So there is the Malachor sight. So Quirin is going with the Inquisitor effect, I am your father, and the security precautions. He's also playing the Hoth sight. So, I mean, kind of like your standard version of Hunt Down V.
He does have the bridge in an opening hand, and that's really important.
Yeah, that's a really good card to start with, opening hand.
Yeah, especially when you flip with Hunt Down V, your other search functions cease to exist, so...
And Lord Vader coming down turn 1, so Lord Vader going down. So it's interesting that he gets out Lord Vader. Lord Vader, I mean, Justin is going to have a few Jedi in the deck, so I mean, it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, like I mean, I think this is a meta call, and I don't disagree with it. I mean, I actually like it. Like, don't get me wrong, Vader Enforcer is so good, but Lord Vader is pretty good against Jedi.
Yep. And it could be that he's only playing one Lord Vader and he has the other Vader in his hand, so...
And immediately we see Justin take the Virgins in the Force.
Yeah.
So there's the don't do that again. He pulls the Virgins in the Force. So
preemptively, like we discussed in a previous game.
Wow.
Yeah. And I don't think most Hunt Down V play control set for stun, so...
No, I doubt it. Okay, so we move into Justin's turn. He's going to start looping the Leia. He puts Leia back. Probably going to grab maybe a poke. I mean, we see him start Jakku, so I can assume that he's going to try and go to space first. Probably set up Menace Fades. And even with the versions of the Force, I mean, you got to think he's got Menace Fades in the deck.
Yeah, I think so. But he's with his versions in his hand, he's more relaxed about just setting up and.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. Oh, he's going to take Ray with lightsaber. Interesting. So, Ray with lightsaber is pretty good against Lord Vader. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's got a defense value. He's got a defense value 8 though. So, but still. Okay, we see Justin get out to the saddle. There's Luke. Yeah, he does his first turn legend stuff.
Yeah.
So I think if you're Quirin, though, you want to just start draining for 2 instead of 3 because you know Justin has divergence.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a coward coming down. And Justin has both the Octo sites, so both players gotten starting off with a lot of activation already.
True.
And being that Quirin is flipped, he doesn't have to lose to Visage, so yeah, Justin's gonna draw. He's gonna draw up to 11. He's got one. No, he's gonna draw up to 12. He doesn't save that last card, and we know he has a Ray with lightsaber in his hand. Okay, and Justin loses to Visage. He loses an Odin Nestler combo. Interesting. Okay, there's a Rescue in the Clouds. And looks like our other games are still going on. A lot of action in those games. Looking at the Jared Napolitano right now, there's a Doom stack. Both players have Doom stacks on Coruscant. And I still can't get over Bastion playing a Bestman Cloud City deck. Like, that just makes me smile.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to see.
Okay, he does. So
yeah,
Justin,
he does not add. So,
and there goes a red wedge in Red Squadron 1. Interesting. Like I think that's the meta call against the Agents of the Black Sun. So, and he loses a Rescue in the Cloud. So Justin was purely prepared to lose 2 to the drain there, and Kieran's going to draw. So here we go with this. We start another damage race at this point.
yeah. And I assume Quirin is looking for Emperor and the shuttle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the one thing about this deck is like the space package for Hunt Down V is just so focused on the Emperor and the shuttle. Don't get me wrong, it's still a decent space package, but as a light side player, you know it's coming. So, do you if you're facing down this Hunt Down, do you fear the Emperor and the shuttle anymore?
Well, fear. I think most legend players are prepared for when they go to space. They're prepared for it. So, yeah. But still, if it hits you with the Tarkin and the Emperor, then 3 Battle Destinies. If you don't have the reduction,
True.
It could get rough. So.
Okay, so we start into Justin's turn. He activates. He does put a character back with Brave Resistance. He puts that Leia back for the second time to take Solo. So this is telling me that he has the Falcon, or he's looking for the Falcon in his reserve deck, or in his force pile. Sorry. Okay, there's the Menace Fades. Now, if he can set up Menace Fades this turn, that would neuter that drain of 2 at the Malachor site.
Yeah. True.
And actually, that's a good point there, Mr. Snake. You could bait out the Virgins and move Vader around. You know what? I mean, it is a little slow, but it's not a bad move.
And the take back from Hunt Down V is only once per game, so that's something you also should consider.
True. Yeah. Okay, so Quirin is going to play We Must Accelerate Our Plans from hand. And to take Imp Justice. Imp Justice is a pretty good card against this legend.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, and we see Justin play out of commission combo, so there goes that Visage. And I'm assuming that's the only one that Quirin's playing.
Yeah, perhaps there's the we must accelerate for a no escape would have come nice if he's playing it and it's in reserve, but.
Okay, so here we go. Justin, during Quirin's turn, he plays a free ride combo from hand, and he actually reveals the Emperor's Shuttle.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that knowledge is now available for everyone.
Yeah.
It's streamed as well.
So you know he has the shuttle. I know he has the shuttle. Everybody knows he has the shuttle. So wow, that was probably the best card Justin could have revealed there.
Yeah, because you knew Quirin was searching for it. So and knowing that he has it.
Yeah. So there's a drain to 2 at Malachor. It is only going to be a drain 2. Justin will lose that free ride combo that got him so much information this turn.
Oh, and Justin loses a virgin from hand.
And yeah, now Quirin's free. Oh, okay. So Quirin has the no escape.
Oh.
So he'll be able to get that Visage back.
That's actually quite huge.
Yeah.
Getting it back immediately. But Justin has 15 cards in hand, so if he's expecting a lot of hunt down fee, perhaps he's playing 2. I don't think so, but
yeah, I don't think so. But again, he does have the solo in hand, so he could actually play the out of commission combo again. I mean,
definitely. Yeah.
But okay, there's the Imp Justice that we saw Quirin grab. He has Marge with lightsaber. He has a second Malachor sight on and cold feet, and he's just going to draw. So both players have a pretty hefty hand right now. Justin's going to have 17 cards to work with on his turn.
He has not yet used the search function, so.
Correct.
But he knows he has to contend with the shuttle, so.
Probably looking for. He's probably going to be looking for Leia's resistance transport to get Holdo or Holdo.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Okay, Quirin did save 5-4, so he's going to have 17 to work with next turn.
Yeah, there's a verify. I think Justin wants to see what's in his force pile before he commits to the.
Okay, Rey with lightsaber coming down. What are you saying, Werfs? If so if Paul had bail, oh. What's going on in that game?
You're welcome, Solid Snake. And Rey's joined by Leia. Yeah, Rolling Snake, that could be an interesting play. Especially once the Force start committed.
Oh, okay, that's a good point.
Oh, there's Kenobi.
There's Kenobi, so there's the flip back. But yeah, that would have been a good play, putting Yoda down and then transporting him away. Let's see if Quirin will take Vader back into his hand.
I don't think so. Or well,
there it is. Yeah, he takes Vader into hand.
Yeah, he does have a lot of force to work with, so.
And he's got an 18-card hand, so. Yep, he's going to play Accelerate to pull and Accelerate.
Yeah, now he. Oh,
And Qui-Gon's
there's the
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
I mean, this would only be a drain of 2 for Justin. Um, if you just come down with Vader, I think that's a bad move, and the reason is because then he can flip. You won't be able to fire any of your what. You won't be able to fire the lightsaber. Justin has 2 lightsabers now.
Yeah, well, Solid Snake is making an interesting choice because I've been debating that with some players as well. With less dual protection, circle is now complete. Is definitely something to take into account.
Yeah.
Especially if you're expecting a lot of players to either play HITCO or Legend. So. Okay. Quirin also wants to check out his destiny, so he goes for the side, knowing that there's no one in there.
Mm-hmm.
So 74 to work with.
Kieran's saying he's looking for the imbalance combo. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. But he does have the first action.
Here we go.
So.
Here comes the Ninth Sister.
Yeah.
Let's see. I believe she's the one that says if you don't have a character...
she's the scrub killer. Yeah. The Stucca's ability for scrubs on the ground.
So Justin pulling his do or do not shield. That tells me that he saw a sense in there. Kieran's going to stack slip sliding away on Rey. Make Justin lose a card. See a Finn in the lost pile for Justin. That could be bad. Rey's game text is canceled this turn. There's a Dark Jedi lightsaber that we saw Quirin pull.
So does he have the Rebel barrier for the Vader?
I don't think Justin needs it. Like I said, he's going to be able to flip here. He can't fire weapons. I mean, Obi-Wan still has his saber.
Well, we'll see now. There's Lord Vader.
Yep. There's a we must accelerate our plans to pull a flagship. Interesting. So he decided to pull the flagship instead of going for the Weemop. It makes sense because you want to keep the Destiny 5 in there, but no, this in a way this could actually be really bad for Quirin. And the reason is if Obi can hit Vader. Okay, there's a Kirkano, so that would protect from any... Sorry about. Or the Force projection. And we saw this yesterday in one match where Justin baited out the Kirkano's cancel with a Sorry combo. So...
Yeah.
Okay, looks like one of our... Oh, okay, there's a You Are Beaten to exclude the Obi, so...
Oh, and he didn't pay the loss force for Rey with lightsaber, so...
Correct, so he doesn't have a lightsaber right now. And with Imp Justice on the table, that takes Rebel Leadership out. That takes the cancel and redraw out. So, yeah.
There's the battle.
Okay, so this looks a lot better for Quirin now. And there is the flip. So, yeah. We're only going to see... Oop, got a little bit of an echo there. So we might only see one character go away for Quirin here. Now, technically, Rey still has a lightsaber. It's just you can't fire it.
Yeah.
Okay, Quirin draws Destiny. It's a 3. Didn't see him take a card off Imp Justice, so
No.
Justin
But
could, yeah, Justin could actually cause this to be canceled and redraw. But I mean, it is what a 5, I want to say. Yeah.
yeah, with all those Hunt Down V, Text, and Inquisitor and the Hatred cards.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Justin draws a 3. That brings him up to 12, so he's down by 10. And again, we saw Justin lose the Odin Nestor combo, so he can't. He won't be able to move those 2 characters away. Now he could actually decide to lose both those characters. Obi-Wan is excluded from any battle until Quirin's next turn. We'll see what Justin wants to do.
Yeah, Justin is thinking about what the wisest move is.
Okay, it looks like the Fernando Joe Olsen match is their first match is done.
He cannot sacrifice both because he doesn't have to.
Okay, so he'll lose BB-8 from reserve deck.
He's forced now, so he's not going to go for that option.
Yeah, I want to say he's just going to lose the BB-8, and there goes the layup. So. Okay, and you can't place Walkley out of play to get Leia back.
Yeah, now we'll see if correct Solid Snake. Now we'll see if Justin has tricks. He did lose Kier Canos, so if there could be a sorry about the mess.
Okay, there goes the Emperor Shuttle. So now Quirin could just be dishing that because Justin knows he has one.
And I think he played 2 yesterday, so. And now we'll see if he did find the imbalance combo earlier or that he was psyching Justin out.
Okay, Justin's going to check his Destiny, so that's a good indication that he might.
Yeah, he's asking for. Here comes the story about the mess in chat. So again, the banter is going on in the game. Nice to see.
Nice to see the banter. Yeah, I agree. I like that. Here comes the force field. Okay, so Justin did take a card from his force pile, so there is the force pile pool. Now he's looking at the 2 cards that were on top of his force pile and reserve deck. Okay,
but with Obi excluded and only having 11 force, he should have the trick should be the if he's afraid for the force field for the sorry about the mess, that could be a problem for him.
Yep, there it is. Sorry about the mess. Oh, Kieran's going to grab it.
Yeah, you could still cancel it, but first you can grab it, and
no force field, and he's going to go after the 9th sister. Interesting. Oh, he draws a 1. But he does know what his destiny are. And he draws the rose. So he's going to hit the 9th sister. So that's why he went after her. Oh, that's right. She's defense value -2, where opponent has a lightsaber. A little surprised he didn't fire. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. He can't fire. He could fire Ray's lightsaber, but it wouldn't retrieve him anything.
Yeah, come here, you big coward. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Quirin did run 2 you were beaten yesterday.
Okay, so it looks like our Joe Olsen versus Fernando match is live right now. It is a HITCO versus Hunt Down V. No real surprises there.
What was the first game, Dan?
So the first game was Hunt Down V versus Legend. Fernando is playing Hunt Down V. Joe is playing HITCO. So.
But the result of the first game? Do you know?
I do not know.
Okay. Well, the other people on the stream might help us out there because there are 4 streams going on at the moment. So
yes. And it looks like the Jared Napolitano and Chris Kelly match is still going on. Their first game. Paul Myers versus Bastion also going on. Okay. Justin puts Poe Dameron back. Let's see. Probably going to get Chewy here. Yep, there's the Chewy. Oh, hold on. Actually, I can tell you right now. Joe won the first game by 22.
Okay, that's a lot.
That's a lot. That is a lot. There's Solo coming down.
Oof.
So Solo, Chewie,
yeah,
battle. I mean, it's not Darth Vader, Emperor's Enforcers. You can't cancel either of the game taxes.
Yeah, and he has still 11 cards in his hand.
Oh, and so there's Hera. Okay. So he gets the Chewie, but no Chewie coming down. Instead, it's Hera. So that's going to be 3 Destiny for Justin. Now, so I mean, it's going to be 3 Destiny for Justin, but it is going to be the a pull off of Imp Justice.
Yeah.
Okay, Rey is going to swing at Vader. Needs an 8. So he draws a 4. He needs at least a 5 here. And he draws a 3. So that's only going to be 7. That does not hit Vader.
Yeah, and Quirin has 10 cards in hand. So if he has a Dark Strike, it could be a little less of a problem, but at the moment, still.
Yeah, he's got the Justice. I don't think you worry about the Dark Strike. I think you save the Dark Strike to get rid of Obi-Wan. Okay, Vader's going to swing at Solo. Draws a 6. Oh, it's... And a 6, so...
There's the imbalance combo.
Yep, there's the imbalance combo. Okay, so Justin will have to lose 1 to I Am Your Father here. First he plays the Odin. There's an Odin Nissa combo. So he had 2. So Solo's forfeit will be able to be retained.
Yeah.
He does have to lose 1, though.
He could still play Dark Strike if he has it in hand.
True. But like I said, I don't think you play it. I think you hold it for Obi-Wan. That way you can drain for 3. Or he plays a Solo. Okay, he's going to play it. I don't know. I didn't like that. Because now you can't drain. You can't battle the Obi, so...
No, but he only draws 1 Destiny.
But he still has a lightsaber.
Yeah, but...
okay, so there is the card off of Justice. He takes Cold Feet. Trackable 5. Pretty good.
Yeah. Assuming Justin wins the battle...
and he plays far more frightening than death as a used. So stack a tarp. So he's going to stack a hatred card on Hera. And I mean, you just cancel her game text. I don't like that play. Yeah. Justin draws a 4 for Destiny. I mean, the only reason you play it there is to stack okay, Okay, and there is a 1. So, I mean, it's +2. Justin plays a force projection, so he might actually... He's not going to lose anything here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to lose anything, because, I mean, there is a
Huge.
hatred card there, but force projection is 3, and Quirin's destiny was 3, so, yeah.
Yep.
Now Quirin has to lose 6, so, I mean, that was the best sequence of events that could happen for Justin. And Quirin loses the Lord Vader. So you already, I mean, unless he's got another Vader in his hand, he already pulled one with the sight. And like I said, you can't go against that Obi-Wan Rey combo right now because, yeah, I just.
Well, but the benefit is those are 3 huge characters, and
Okay, Kieran's going to play Force Push, so you got to assume he's going for another Vader.
yeah.
The one benefit is now Justin can't. Oh, so the reason. Okay, I understand they're getting rid of Solo now because if Solo was there, he could have canceled and redrew the Destiny, but
Yeah.
you had Injustice, so that's null and void. I would have saved the sniper to try and get rid of the Obi, because I mean, the thing about that is it flips you back to the 7 side, and once you're flipped back, you don't care about the 7 side of Justin's objectives. Okay, here comes the 8th brother down, and you already saw him lose the Dark Jedi lightsaber, so okay, he's gonna put a card onto Rey. It is that force push that we saw him use. Justin will lose a Rescue in the Clouds from his reserve deck, so Rey still has her lightsaber. And there's another Lord Vader. Okay, so he's playing multiple Lord Vaders. Okay, there. So he's going to use I Am Your Father. Yeah, I believe Obi is still excluded. Yep, there. Yep, Obi is excluded. So I don't know. This again. This feels kind of forced from Quirin. I know he's down. He's only down by 13. Okay, so he's going to swing at Hera.
Well, but both players don't have that much activation going on.
True.
12 in 11, so it's if he thinks if I get rid of those 2 characters, then I'm fine. He has adjusted.
Yeah. The only thing is, like I said, Obi's still live.
Yeah, true.
So I think if you're Justin, yeah, you got to go after the 5th brother. You don't care about hitting Vader because you have the Obi. Draws a 1. Ugh, that's bad. You don't want to see the 1 there. He's got a 5, so... Okay, so... That will save the 5th brother's forfeit value.
Yeah.
Takes the card off of Justice. That makes sense. So both players only getting 1 Destiny.
Yeah, the Mara comes into his hand, so...
Yeah, taking the Mara was smart. I mean, there's no reason to take that other side.
Yeah. Especially because he's only got 4 cards in his hand, so...
Okay, so Quirin draws a 4. It becomes a 6 with the objective. I don't know, I think that +2 is a little strong.
Yeah, it's really strong.
I'm not a fan of it. And there is a 3 for Justin, so Justin's gonna have to lose both characters, but I think he was relegated. He was fine with that.
And now we'll see if Justin has to use Destiny 5 interrupt to put those haters card back when Ray is going.
True, that's a good point. Yeah, he does have it. So there goes 2 cards back into his deck. Okay, Justin will lose Ray. So it's Obi versus Vader, just like in the movies.
And no Jedi's resilience, so...
Quirin has the cold feet in his hand, so...
Yeah, true. That's a good call, Dan. He got that from the Justice, so yeah. And there's a gig from reserve. I think Quirin is quite glad with that. Getting rid of that 1 on top.
Yeah. Well, it's just like in the movies on Obi versus Vader. Come on, man. Come on.
Well, compared to last game, this is definitely more action. So that's good to see, especially for us. I can understand it could be a little bit anxious for the players, but
I think Justin right now is. I mean, he's up by 13 from the first game, but Quirin has a 29 card life force. He's up by he's got 5 cards in hand, so that brings up to 34 cards. Justin's sitting at 27 cards handed life, so he's down by 7 cards, as you can see by the lost piles.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like Justin isn't one to get on tilt pretty easy. I would be nervous as all hell. But there's Anakin. There's Anakin, so...
And he does have Chewie in his hand, so for 5 force he could and battle for free with Anakin. Yeah.
And that's what Chewie. He does. Yeah, there's the Chewie. So he's got 2 chances of firing against Vader.
Yeah, and perhaps now Quirin, well, the gig he preferred perhaps...
Yeah, losing that kick might be... Okay, so here we go. Qui-Gon's lightsaber firing. It's a 5. As long as if Justin draws a 4, Vader's hit.
Yeah.
There's a 4. Okay, Vader forfeit 0, down by 10.
And he has 1 force to lose, so...
Yeah, because the lightsaber hit a Dark Jedi.
Ooh, and there's
the second shuttle, but from his hand, he had both shuttles.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, he should be able to hit Obi here. I like this move. Like, it makes sense. He draws a 7. That's going to hit Obi. But he does draw a second Mara. Wow. Is it +2 from Vader, or is it something else?
The defensive perimeter also gives...
Oh, 1. That's right. You get +1 from Vader plus the defensive perimeter. That's huge. And a second Sniper Dark Strike. It's going to reduce the power by 6, so it's only 11 to 7. Yeah, with the Gick, you have to do that.
Yeah, especially being hit.
Yeah.
And now he puts Justin in a difficult situation because he's going to lose 1 character.
And you have Mara in hand.
Exactly.
I think if you're Justin, you just... I don't know. Oh.
That is rough.
Yeah. Yep, it was just the Chewie. He hit. Oh, God.
Yeah, this is huge for Quirin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, living on the edge, as Quirin saying in chat.
So
yeah,
he's got 4 cards in hand. We know one of them is a Mara. We know one of them is a Cold Feet, and we know one of them is the Sight. So we
yeah. So
don't know what the other card is.
he doesn't have that many to work with.
Yeah. So, and I think
But
that's why Justin did what he did there, because he's only got at least one. He's only got one character in his hand, maybe two, and that's it. Now, unfortunately though, one of those characters has a lightsaber.
yeah,
Okay, there goes the Jedi's Resilience from his hand. Um, and he decides to
oh,
put the sight out. Interesting.
yeah. That's especially this late in the
Yeah,
game.
I was gonna say, yeah, you don't.
Well, yeah.
Imperial Force will be
Oh,
coming out. Justin's shield broke, so this makes sense.
yeah, and for the redraw, it's huge
Mm-hmm.
because if he gets a character, he wants to have another character in it. He has now only one
Okay, here
character
we
in hand.
go. A fight. Let's see. Weapon. Yep, that's gonna hit. Yeah, he should hit
Yeah,
Anakin here.
yeah, he goes with the defensive perimeter.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, we know that Justin's 0 is on the bottom of his deck. So, and he's getting the +1 from Anakin. So that's
yeah. Oof.
oh, a 6 for Quirin. So that brings him up to 10. Um, Justin only needs a 4 and he's fine. Throws a
Oh,
2, so it's a 3. He's down by 2. I mean, it's not.
yeah, but he loses, and then Kieran can retrieve a character.
Yeah. And you got to retrieve the. Yeah, it retrieves the Lord Vader. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is right now, okay, so we know that, again, the last card in Kieran's hand, so the other card, the unknown card, was the Imperial Enforcement, so.
Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel or Kimmy Jimmel. Vader's Anger is definitely a card that could be played in the Hunt Down V. I don't think a lot of the day two players had it in their decks, but
Hojix for Justin.
yeah, and Kieran wants to replenish his hand.
Yeah. Considering all he had left in his hand was a Cold Feet, so that makes sense. So I'm wondering how many Vaders he has left.
Yeah. Well, I think he put down the site so he could make it easier to track the destinies. Because he now is on 14, so he can play more. It's so like at the beginning I was a little bit surprised, but because of both players have so low activation compared to like the old meta before this, so.
I think if you're Justin, you probably want to set up in space to start being able to drain. If you have the Falcon and Emist any character, you want to get out that. That way you can start draining for 2.
Especially now you saw Kieran losing both his shuttles,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
he needs to get some damage in because with
Okay.
yeah, but
there goes Holdo. Probably going to see him pull there's a Poe. So yeah, he's going to go to space this turn. Yeah. And there it is. Yeah, Gold Leader and Gold 1 going to Jakku.
Yeah, and there will be a Poe coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there it is.
Poe. And we'll probably see him draw the rest of his hand.
Yeah, he's probably looking for the Qui-Gon. He wants at least to have a Jedi because he's probably expecting Kieran to found his Vader.
Okay, there goes the Cold Feet into from Quirin. Yeah, that's a smart play. Getting out that code clearance. That way, if Justin does have a Jedi Levitation in his hand, it would be stacked to turn off all the retrieval. Yeah, and that's exactly it is. Justin is happy being that this game is pretty tight. I mean, it looks bad for Justin from our perspective, but I mean, Justin probably isn't sweating bullets.
Oh, especially because if Quirin doesn't play anything, and I'm not expecting him to play anything else than the two shuttles, then he can sit in space. So
Hmm. The other thing
yeah,
is that it's only a drain of one, though.
yeah. But like USA Gamer Girl says, if Vader does have the Vader me, ooh, there's a retrieval. Yeah, Darkseid doesn't have a battleground, so he retrieves. Oh, there's an imbalance
Combo, so Justin does have to lose one. I think he loses something other than the Hojix he just got back. The fact that Kira or Justin still has Menace Fades available to him, it is on the table. It's not as bad as it looks. Okay, he's going to lose the Antechamber. If he loses, that's the card that lost him the game. I'm going to say that right now. And he draws up the last card. So he's got 8 cards in hand. Justin's sitting at 20 cards, hand in life. Kieran's sitting at 29, hand in life. Let's see.
Yeah, now we'll see if Quirin picked up a Vader or not. That would be huge. Not only
we saw him retrieve one, so we saw him retrieve one last turn, so it would be on his reserve deck. So
yeah,
it'd be towards the bottom.
Yeah, but he couldn't pick that one up. So, but he only got like 3 or 4 cards, so chances are quite small, I think. But we'll see.
Okay, activates, and again he has. Okay, there's another 7th sister.
Oh, he's gonna draw, perhaps.
Well, I mean, yeah, he could get the Vader here. Let's see, Quirin.
No. So there's a shield pool.
Okay, so he's got 3 Vaders in the deck. And
okay.
So he's got 2 Lord Vaders and he's got an Emperor's Enforcer. This tells me right now he doesn't have a Vader.
No, yeah, definitely not. Because if he had it would mitigate its own visage damage. So.
And if Justin has the Qui-Gon here, you just drop him to one of those 2 Malachor sites and just say, "I'm good."
Yeah, that's Quirin. But yeah, Justin activates all. He's probably gonna stack sites and just hopefully for him it's enough. If he can manage it, then he's good, because then it becomes a drain race, and like Solid Snake is saying, yeah, it's probably both forces will be reduced. So there's Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka is.
And Ahsoka has special game text on that side as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ahsoka alone here, she's power +2. So if she's alone there, quite nice. But I'm expecting,
And Rey. Yeah. Here we go. This is going to turn off the drain bonuses, so it's only going to be a drain of 1. And there's Rose. Okay. Now Justin's rolling.
Yeah, so Quirin.
Now I will say this though: Quirin needs he needs Vader.
Yeah, definitely, and he did leave 2 force. So if he didn't find it, I probably think he probably would have taken a chance to get that last, or it's 2 force or 1 force to go for the grabber. But he already grabbed. So
yeah, I don't know, like. If there's a Vader in Quirin's hand, it still could be detrimental to Justin. Justin could have the female interrupt to cancel the weapon destiny. We'll see. There's just a lot that is still in play. Oh, there goes the second Rose.
We haven't seen a lot of the Inquisitors, so
yeah.
the Grand Inquisitor from your use pile a couple of turns ago, but we didn't.
You can't come down with the Grand Inquisitor.
No,
it
but
has to be Vader. And the
he
reason
wants to have Vader and an additional, at least an additional character, because
True.
otherwise,
Yeah. Now I see. I see what you're saying. Because I mean, essentially, Mara with lightsaber, you can't hit Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like you, I think if you're Quirin, you want to say you don't want to. Okay, so saving.
No,
Oh, he activates 13.
I don't think he's gonna grade. He needs to battle because otherwise, if it goes to a drain versus retrieval, then I think Quirin is playing the losing game. So
yeah. He does have 6 cards in hand, so we'll see. We actually don't know what is in his hand. That is a possibility. He could have. He does play 2 Maras, so he could have 2 Maras in his hand, or a Mara and a Vader. There's a Grand Inquisitor. I don't know if he played 2 Dark Jedi lightsabers, because again he lost one already.
Yeah.
He's going to stack a card, make Justin lose one.
Yeah, it's getting really tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he only plays one. He only plays one Dark Jedi lightsaber in his last one.
Yeah.
And there's a Vader Enforcer, so. Okay, this just tells me that he was tracking his destiny. Okay, he's going to cancel Rose's game text. Smart. I can see him trying to hitting the Rose, especially because Justin lost a card to keep Rey's game text in effect. Oh. Oh, okay, so he's got a Tarkin. So this is why he kept 5.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
He also has to take into account the legend text. So.
Mm-hmm. Swings at Rey. Interesting. So yeah, he was tracking his destiny.
No female interrupt. So.
Well, no, it's you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Draws a 3. No, the female interrupt cancels a destiny. And draws a 4. Okay, there is the redraw.
Yeah.
It's a 5, so yeah. It actually got worse for Justin there. Okay, so Rey is hit. He's got to lose a card. I think if you're Justin, you go after Tarkin here. Yep.
Yeah.
So this way you can get some retrieval. Draws a 2.
That should be enough. Oh!
Wow.
Oh, that could be game. Yeah. 2 destinies coming and free retrieval with a domination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oof.
Draws a 5. I mean, it is a 4 with Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And that's a 0.
Yeah.
He can't cancel. He can't do anything about that one, so.
Yes, an
So it is only a 4. Yeah, so it's going to be a 6 total. Okay, Justin draws a 5, so that brings him. So he does have a difference of 5. So, ooh, I mean that's only going to get rid of 1 character. Yeah, that's free retrieval for Quirin. No, he didn't. Yeah, I agree. He should have used if he could have had the Vader in hand, that's...
No, but then it wouldn't
It
be.
didn't matter. It didn't matter. So he'd take the
Yeah,
Vader in hand, cancel it,
yeah, yeah. With Ahsoka game text, yeah.
and then you Persona swap. Yep, he loses Ahsoka there. So he'll be able to retrieve with Rose. Actually, no.
No, oh yeah, because Poe's on table, but
Yeah.
yeah,
But he could be able to retrieve with Rose. You're thinking the Quirin's going to cancel the game text before he retrieves.
yeah, and it does look very
Looks,
good for
yeah.
Quirin. Now, Justin only having 3 cards in hand. Yeah,
Yep.
there's the cancel. Yeah.
Justin activates everything. He is going to drain here.
Help time from hand.
Yeah, and that's what Quirin just needs to do. He just needs to lose from hand. Qui-Gon, yeah, Qui-Gon coming down. It's going to flip Quirin back. Then you just move Rose away.
Yeah.
Get Rose out of dodge.
Yeah, true, gamer girl. And it now visits every force counts now at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, right now, with the way it's looking like, Justin. Oh, and a projection coming out, so that's not gonna. He's not gonna be able to drain there at all.
Yeah. With Menace Fates in effect.
Yeah. So if Justin is drained, he's only going to be losing a drain of 1.
Yeah, but with only 2 cards in Kieran's hand, I expect him just to go drain for 1, even though he has to pay 3.
Quirin has 20 in deck there, Steve.
Yeah.
Justin draws, and he's going to lose the Visage. Again, Menace Phase is in effect.
Yeah, the Inquisitor game text can be interesting now with the following. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's going to drain. He's going to drain for 1. I mean, that makes sense. You want to make Justin lose as much as you can at this point.
Definitely.
Loses Ezra. Ezra seeing play with Maul being popular. He'll draw a card. So Kieran's going to have 3 cards in hand here. And he drops down the Ninth Sister in front of Qui-Gon and Rose. Interesting. No, this actually makes sense because, yeah, Justin you can't lose. You can almost not lose Rose at this point.
Yeah, but also just to make him force loss with the hunt down V effect. That's great.
Okay, it looks like Joe Olsen has won. So, yeah, great run from Fernando.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing. It's playing only 4 months, like what he said. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So congrats to him, and congrats to Joe for advancing.
And Kira's drawing, so he's got 15. Yeah, he's got 15 cards in Life Force right now, but he's got 6 cards in hand.
Yeah, correct.
And Justin's only going to do 1 damage.
Yeah.
And with a card from hand.
Yeah, and with the hunt down V effect, there are Inquisitors at both sides. So even if he moves, there's the
cancel of Rose. We are still in Justin's activate. He did activate 5. He's got 1 card left. There's a drain of 1 at Jakku. Trying to think what Justin could have a Holdo here. That would make that a drain of 2 at Jakku. Kieran will lose a card from hand.
Where to put Holdo? He cannot. He needs to have a ship.
You are correct, actually, sir.
Yeah, that's. And he already lost a transport, so.
Yeah. And now Menace will not be in effect.
No.
With that Grand Inquisitor. Yeah.
And he has only one card in hand, so yeah, it will be rough. But Quirin doesn't have that much leeway because
no, he doesn't.
13 was the first game, so it's really close.
Yeah. He's got, like I said, he's got 6 cards to work with. Okay, Justin's going to use his objective. Yeah. Remember, everybody, we're going to do giveaways today. So the giveaway is going to be a T-shirt. If you want to... Yeah. That's a good point, Eric.
So, Eric, yeah, that's correct.
If you want to enter for a T-shirt, send me an email over to the address on the top. I know it's blocking some of those cards at the top, but you can still see
them. But I think he wants to put like 2 Inquisitors at both sides, and that he might be able to battle as well, because losing force to the hunt down V effect is also taking a toll on Justin's life force. So
yeah. Okay, so he puts all the cards onto his force pile.
So is there a Ahsoka or?
Yeah, I don't think he already lost the Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any characters left there in Justin's deck, except for maybe a Holdo, and Holdo really doesn't do anything in this matchup. Oh, forgot about that guy. Forgot all about that guy.
Yeah. And he's a beast. There's 2 Jedis on table, so at the moment he's power 6. So that's nice.
Good.
I think it's his own card, if I'm not mistaken.
Not sure. But yeah, original concept by the KTOD.
Yeah.
So. Nah, I'm going to say this is a Steve Baroni card. Actually, no, not even. This is a Mike Gem card. 100%. Okay, Justin, we'll draw the last 2 cards. There's a Masterful Move. So, Kieran putting a card back. Yeah, he can't grab it, so. Kieran now sitting at 16 in life. I mean, at this point, it really doesn't matter. As long as he's got cards in hand, he can just lose. The biggest thing is Justin's peeling cards to Visage.
Yeah.
But he is gonna take a drain of 2 here at the Haas site. There goes a Robo Leadership from his hand.
Yeah, and Quirin will use the hunt down V effect, and then it will be really difficult.
Hey, Mike Gem is in the chat. How you doing today, Mike? Okay, Quirin activates. He saves 5. He's going to attempt to cancel Yoda's game text. I think you got to cancel Yoda's game text. You can't take the Force here, Justin.
Yeah, he could forfeit.
Yeah.
Oh, he's losing it.
So.
Only baby from hand. And now the drain will come, probably. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this is game.
Yeah.
No, and this is game because
Yeah, he has characters in hand.
yeah, great run. Yeah, great run from Justin. But great run from Justin. Congrats. Yeah, Quirin's going to come back. He's going to come back after that first game. He doesn't even need to do that. Literally, you just swing at Vader. You swing with Vader. That causes 1 force loss, and then you say pass turn. He drains for 1, and then you do visage damage in this game. But even so, you know, this should end it.
Yeah, but if he wins, he also retrieves. So, and with "I'm your father," he's also
well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's going to lose 1 to the "I am your father," and then on Justin's turn, yep, Justin realized it. GG. Yeah. Good job, Quirin, advancing. You will be advancing for the next round. Great. Congrats, man. I love great comeback.
Yeah, and a great second game. First game was a little bit stale, like
yeah,
but
yeah. Oh yeah. There's objects from the deck. Add insult to injury.
Yeah.
Justin loses, so great job, Quirin. Congrats.
Yeah.
Again, congrats to both of our players on making the top 8. Just making the top 8 this year has been phenomenal. But we will be back with our the next round. Cohen, thanks for joining us. I don't know if are you gonna be back for the semis or
well,
the semis?
Talk about it. There are probably plenty of people, so we'll discuss it. But great work from Quirin, and thanks for the chat. And be careful or check it out because we have still 3 streams going on. So,
yes. Actually, no, we only have 2 going on currently.
Yeah, Joe is already finished.
Joe already finished. And we still have Bastion. So Bastion's playing Legend. And US Gamer Girl. All of the games are being streamed today. Paul Myers is playing IE. Chris Kelly is playing Huntdown V. And Jerry Napolitano is playing Legend. So no real surprises today. So, again, we'll be back for the next game. So, good luck to all those who are currently still playing. And we'll have more. So, thanks again, everybody.
Bye.